In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to take these hoops.
What up, guys? Can you hear me? Woohoo! Party! Party! I'm feeling very tropical today. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, hello. A little red here, huh? It's a little too red, it looks like. But we'll work with it. We'll work with it. I'm putting this shirt up right here real quick. Happy Monday, guys. The beginning of the week. Hope you guys are having a good week. Hope you guys had a good first day of work. Shoo! Roll that tape. It's Wednesday somewhere. Nice. That's hilarious. All right. So, we have some good stuff for you today. If you're new to fishing, we're going to go over some knots. That's the big feed for today. The big knowledge share for today is going to be the knots that I use to fish. And I'm going to do them all live. And if you want to follow along, go get yourself some line. Go get yourself some where is it? Oh, there it is. Get yourself some mono or some fluorocarbon and also some braid. Okay, you're gonna need braid, fluorocarbon, or braid, mono, whatever you want to use as a leader. So your braid and your leader, okay? I'm gonna bust out the old giant hook to show you guys how to do it first, and then we're gonna do it together with the real thing. There's a giant hook. Giant hook. So we're going to use giant hook and easy to see line so you guys can figure out how to make these knots. If you already know these knots, hey, you can never have too much practice, right? Okay. And then, just make sure I clear my desk here so I have enough stuff. You're also going to need a pair of gloves. Your fishing gloves should probably be okay. A pair of gloves, okay? Very cool. Love learning new knots. All right, Brian. We're gonna do today. We're gonna cover the best knot in the whole entire world because it's classy. That's why I had to dress up a little bit today. I was gonna tie the San Diego knot, keeping it classy. We're also gonna do the Palomar knot. Those are my two go-to knots for tying baits to the ends of a line. And then also we're gonna be doing the FG knot, which is the most feared knot. It's weird. When it works, it works. When it doesn't, it falls apart. There's certain things, the ways you have to do it, but we're gonna try to make it happen. I even mess them up still too. So we're gonna work on those and learn how to make the FG knot. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's start the show. So first up, before we start doing shout outs, I'm gonna do shout outs, guys. Before we do shout outs, do me a favor if you haven't already, and you would like to share the show with somebody that is getting into fishing, they want to learn these basic knots to get them started and want to do the knots with us, please invite them to come watch the show. You could type in, I'll do actually, !Fishy Hour, so FH, share. And you can copy and paste this into wherever you want. Your social media, email, a text. Come watch Fishy Hour with me right now, ... And it's going to have the web address for you, fishyhour.com/live. That'll bring them directly here to this very channel. I'll put a little background music, guys. There we go. A little background music action. Very Miami Vicey. All right. Very cool. Okay, so that's the plan. Of course, we're going to do Pop Top to kick off the show. So while you guys are doing while you guys are letting your friends know that we're live, then we're going to do some knots here today. I'm going to do some shout outs. Eric in the house says, Bit. What up, Eric? Welcome back. Eric the Judge Lehman. What's up, Leonard? Bit in the house. I'm doing applauses for you guys. Woo! I see a Salty Dangler in the house. Yep, it makes sure to announce the results tonight. Woo! I see Muto in the house. What up, Muto? I see Coach Worf. What up, Coach? Thank you so much for jumping on today. Salty Dangler in the house. Okay, we got Salty already. We got Muto. We got Zach. What up, Zach? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Can't wait for those results. Nice. What's up, Tyler? It's been a while. Welcome back. Hope you've been having fun fishing out there. Okay. See, we have 2 Geeks in the house. What up? Hey, it's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday. No, it's Monday. It's Monday, right? Dude, you threw me off. It's not Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Thought I missed a show. What's up, Dario? Welcome back. SoCal Steve, what up? Cave Dog Cal, what's up, Cal? Welcome back. Mark G, welcome back. Captain Adobo. What was I missing? Yep. Cool. Got everybody so far. Captain Dan in the house. What up, Captain Dan? Well, so much activity tonight. Must have a long weekend. Yeah, right? What up, Roy? Welcome back. Real Dreamer. Bit. If you're new to the channel, guys, and you see people type in bit in all caps, that just means it's a nice way for them to let me know that they've liked the video so far, and they come in chat and hit bit. So thanks for being bit, guys. Zach says, can't wait to hear Roman and Brian will talk about this evening. No Brian tonight, guys. I apologize. It's just me teaching you to do stuff. Roll the tape. It's Wednesday, somebody. HTX Polter, what up? Oscar in the house. Shoo! Welcome, Oscar. All right. Ralph. I see Ralph. What up, Ralph? DaVinci, what up? Welcome back. Bit. I see, cool. I think I must say everybody. Yep. Very cool. All right. I got most of you guys. Cool. All right. Pop Top. Let me know what you're drinking in the chat tonight. I'm drinking the classic cherry cola stevia. Look at it. The thing is like, it's cold. It's condensating. Got condensation on it. Science. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best Pop Top you ever heard. 1 being the worst. Rate this Pop Top. What do you think? I didn't even adjust the angle of the mic on that one. Cheers. Happy Monday. Let's get through this. Fresh one, what up? Welcome back. Fresh one just got back from the Stone Brewery. Nice, dude. That's a cool place. The restaurant? They have some good food there. Limited chatting here, but is it Wednesday yet? Anyway, it's not Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. 9+. 9.3. Thank you so much, guys. Very cool. Nice. All right. Maybe the new angle was it. Oh, what? Fresh one is our first timer. What up, dude? Welcome to the show, dude. We talk about local San Diego fishing. We mostly focus on bay fishing, but we do venture out into the freshwater. We do venture out into La Jolla to the saltwater, the open ocean, and we do some charter stuff too. So, I don't know what that number means, Brian O'Rourke. That was weird. Oh yeah, it's pi. Okay, I'll allow that. Brian, it's been a while, dude. Has it been a while? Oh no, I'm thinking of a different Brian, but still, welcome, Brian. Roman, we have things to talk about. Oh, very nice. All right, Coach. I'm gonna do these knots first, and then we're gonna do the talking. Okay, Coach. So I'm gonna get started pretty soon. I'm gonna warm them up for you. Okay. I'm gonna warm these guys up. Let's go. All right. Who is gonna do the knots with me tonight? I need to see in the chat. I'm in, or I'll watch. I'm in, or I'll watch. Yeah, it's me. It's been a while. I creeping around. That's funny. First time at Stone Brewery. Oh, first time at Stone Brewery. Yeah, dude, it's so nice right there. I'll watch. Cool, enters in. All right, cool. All right, and so you're gonna need a pair. You're gonna need some scissors. You're gonna need scissors. Fill your leader. So mono or Here we go. There we go. All right, distracted. Mono or fluorocarbon. Okay. So the way we're gonna do it, first I'm gonna do it on the big demonstration hook, the demo hook, and then I'm gonna do it on with normal line. Okay. On a lure. Here we go. So I'm gonna see if I can tweak this screen here so I can have the tabletop view to make it easier to see. Let's see if we can get this going. Okay, here. Okay, cool. So that's working, kind of. I think that'll work. Okay, I think I got it. Here we go. I need to tweak this light a little bit. Yeah, that works. Okay, we're good. We're in. All right, let's transition over to that scene to see if it works. Here we go. Oh, I'm already transitioned over. Yeah. Hey, there he goes. I was like, wait, why is it doing that? Oh, I already transitioned over. That's why. Okay. I like using this. This is one of the first braids that I ever used. Spider wire. It works pretty good. But I am gonna do the Shimano Quattro once I get the next spool of braid. But it's just a sample braid, okay? So here's the hook. It's a black background, so I'm gonna put a piece of paper here so you guys can see better. Okay. And then when we work with the white line, I'll take the paper away so you guys can see the white line against the dark background. Any questions, please put them in the chat as we go. Ugh, my paper's gone. Give me a second. All right. Science. Here we go. Well, it's not really science. It's just kind of like, educational stuff, I guess. Learning. I went to get some paper. I'm back. We can start now. Perfect. Welcome back. All right. Remember the spider wire commercial? Oh, I don't. I never saw it. Okay, I'll move this over here so it's easier for you guys to see. Okay. So, there's my hook. It's a big beefy one. Okay. And for just today's example, we're going to use this this line here. Spectra. I'm not even going to cut it because we're just going to use it for demonstration purposes, okay? All right. First knot we're going to do tonight is the San Diego Jam knot. You should know this knot. It's like the best knot ever. And you should, I use it to connect my lure to a lot when the line is either mono or fluorocarbon. I use a San Diego Jam knot to connect the line to the lure. Okay, so when your line is fluorocarbon or mono, I use a San Diego Jam knot. Okay, and this is how you tie a San Diego Jam knot. Here we go. I'm gonna do it a couple of times so you guys. Who doesn't know how to do a San Diego Jam knot? Let me know. So I usually go from the back on this one. And I make a loop like this. So starting over, so it's easier from your perspective. The line in there. I bring it over, I make a cross here. Okay, here, bring it over, cross it here, and I pinch that cross. It's important. Okay, and I hold like this. So it creates tension like that, right? When you're on the water, sometimes your lures are too light. So you would just hang something on there to make it heavier while you're tying it. Okay. So for example, we're just gonna put this on here, like that, and that should make this part of it, instead of being like a big loop like this, it's gonna make it stretch like that. Okay. So you want some weight on. Sometimes your lure is heavy enough that it weighs it down. In this case, the hook is heavy enough that it weighs it down. Okay. Boom. Okay. There it is again. It's just a cross up here. Then you take this is the main line that's connected to your rod, and this is the part that you cut is called the tag line. Okay, this is the tag line. So main line through the loop, make a cross, pinch the cross, and you take your tag and you start wrapping it around at least 5 times. 1, 2. I'm gonna start over with the angles you can see. So we're here, we made the cross, we pinch the cross, we stretch it, and then we do 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your 5th one, you put the tag in through that loop that you created at the bottom like this. Okay? It's going through here. See? Okay? And then you pull that up and you put it again through the top where your main line's coming in. This is a little trick we learned from Kevin Nakata. You put it so that it comes out the same direction as the line going in like this. See? Oh, they're both on the same side of the loop. I used to do it this way sometimes, and I used to not care and just do it anyway. This way, when they're opposite, is the wrong way. Okay? So you gotta make sure you go in the same direction as the main line's coming out. Boom. Okay? At this point, before you tighten it down like this, you're gonna hold on to the tag and the main line and then the loop. So if you wanna before you tension it down, here's where you would like either dunk this into the water so it's wet, or lick it. Put it in your mouth and like, right? And then you, after that's moistened or wet by the ocean water or by your spit, that's gonna give it enough moisture so it doesn't burn the line when you're giving it tension to friction up. Okay, so then you start pulling on it, becomes a little bit tighter, right? And then you can let go of the tag. Just pull the main line against the thing. It's gonna slide through slowly. See? The trick is to get this to look nice is to initially hold both the tag and the main line, so that because the tag basically tightens up that little barrel, right? And once the barrel looks nice, then you tighten up the main line to here. Boom. Right? That's it. San Diego jam knot. And then you would cut this guy like right there. Okay, I'm not gonna cut it because this line's expensive. But it'll look kind of like this. Okay, and that's it. It's a San Diego jam knot right there. Oh, what? Brian, you didn't know this knot? Brian, this is the main knot, dude. You gotta do this one. Okay. Everybody got it so far? Any questions? Everybody understand this knot? This knot is my go-to. Okay. The only time I do not use that knot is when I'm tying braid directly, directly to the lure. The San Diego jam knot, just based on the way it is, it has a little bit of it'll slide off eventually with this type of line. You run the likelihood of it sliding off. Basically, your knot comes undone. Okay. So when you're tying braid directly to a lure, and you're saying to yourself, "Why would I tie a braid directly to a lure, bro? I need a leader." Well, I tie braid directly to a lure when I tie it to my A rig, right? I tie it to a barrel swivel, a little D ring, and then from there I tie it to I clip my A rig on. Okay, so let's do the knot as we would do it if we were tying with braid. Braid direct to the lure. Okay, braid direct to the lure. There we go. What up, Izzy? What's your favorite knot, Izzy? To go from, what's your favorite knot for mono or or a fluorocarbon to the lure. Double trailing is done me well. Oh, very nice. Okay. Here is the next knot is the Palomar knot. Okay, the Palomar knot is my go-to knot when I'm tying directly to a lure and my line is braid. So no mono or fluorocarbon leader, just straight braid. Okay. So we start by putting the line through the hole on the same side as a hook. Okay. Boom. Okay. And then we make a big enough a loop here and we go back in. Boom. So you could do it that way. If you have a small hook, this is probably the easiest way to do it because sometimes the eye is so small. Basically, all we're doing is we put it in there twice. Okay. We basically did this. We made a loop, and we put that loop through. Same thing. I'm holding that in. I'm gonna make that loop bigger. Boom. Okay. That's it. That's all we did. Okay. But before we do that, you guys know overhand knot, right? It's super basic. Overhand knot is like this. Right? Basic knot you should know it's the knot you do before you tie the loops on your shoelaces. All right, here we go. Same knot, except it's doubled up right here. So we have a loop. We hold this side, and we use this side to make an overhand knot. Boom. So we make that loop, and then we put that loop back through the same loop that we made. All two sides, right? Boom. Now we're left. That right there is the overhand knot right there, so you can see it. It's doubled over, right? And we take the tag of this, the tag loop, and we put the whole hook through it. See that? And now the hooks through it, we bring it to the top. And now we can start to tension it up. Okay, but this is where we're at right now. Now you have two options here. If you're using this just to tie like a lure that's like an A-rig, for example, and you want to save some of your braid, then do not pull on the tag end. Pull on the main line, and that's gonna make this loop shrink, and this tag will remain short. Okay. If you want to use this for a drop shot setup, then you would pull on the you would pull on the tag side, and this loop is gonna go towards the tag end. I'll show you an example. I'll do half and half. Okay. So I'm gonna take half of this loop to the main line, which should leave this short. So. Wait, if it actually goes, there it goes. Is it working? Am I failing live? I think the wax on this line is not letting it ride. We'll do it again with the regular fishing line. Oh, there we go. Or if you want to get a longer tag, so you could do a drop shot, then you would pull this one instead of the main line, right? And that should take up the. What's going on? I think this line is so like textury. The texture on the line is gripping. Okay, so pulling out the slack manually, and then I'm gonna take up the slack with the tag end. There it goes. What? Come on. That's so weird. So weird. There it goes. Oh. So that one moves now. What this one? Oh, they're crossed up here. Is it? Yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna do it again with the regular line so you guys can see the difference. I think this line has too much. It's like a really thick braid, and it might have too much grip to let that other side slide. Yeah, I'm gonna end up with a giant hook in my arm. Well, the idea is like that. So there you go. Oh, that worked. That side worked. Okay, so that kind of like if you pull on the main line, it doesn't make your tag longer. But if you pull on the tag line, the tag should get longer. Okay, let's do it with the regular line so you guys can see the difference, because this is weird. Yeah, I don't think there's enough. I think there's too much texture on this line. It's okay. I'm gonna do the standing with jam knot. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do the Palomar knot with the regular braid. Okay. So regular braid. This is 30-pound braid. Goes in. Comes back out the same hole. We got a loop. Hold both sides of the loop. Tie overhand knot. Take the tag end of that. Take the tag loop, put it through. Take the knot, and then bring the loop over to the whole lure. Put the whole lure through it. Okay, here we go. Now, if we pull on the tag side, it should make that loop. There it goes. Yeah, see. If you pull on the tag side, it takes all that loop and puts it into the tag side. And now you use this end, this extra line that you pulled out, you use that for your weight, right? But before you tie your weight on there, I'm gonna redo this knot again with the big one, so I can show you guys what it looks like. So I can show you the whole thing. Okay. I'm just gonna cut it. It's like my spare braid. It's not long enough to put on any reel, so it's kind of like my demo stuff. Okay, we'll do this one real quick. In, out, overhand knot. Put the lure through the knot. Put the lure through the loop. If you're doing this for an A-rig, make sure you leave a big enough loop to put the whole A-rig through. Okay. Now I'm going to pull on the... Come on. That's so weird. Yeah, it's not liking that. Let's see. I'm gonna take that loop into the tag side. I think. I'm gonna try anyway. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, I got some weird twists in here. Okay. There it is. Yeah, this doesn't like to be twisted up so much, I guess. There it is. Okay. So the Palomar knot done right here. I'm gonna have to cut this one off. Okay, then you take the tail, the tag, and you put it through. If you want to do a drop shot, you take the tag tail, the tag end, and you put it back through the eyelet of the hook. And now this, what it'll do is it'll work as like a little lever. So. And down here, you would tie your weight, right? So let's put this as a weight. You can use the Sandy with jam knot here for the weight or whatever your favorite knot is. I'm just gonna do a double overhand just real quick. Okay, it's the weight. This is the baited hook, or what is it? Fluke, or a fluke. And then now picture this is the bottom of the water. This is the bottom. This is the ground, and this is the surface. Now when you're fishing, this is gonna make your hook stand up like that. See the tension? So if your lure's on there, or you set your hook, you're gonna be pulling the hook into the fish. See? Just by virtue of how you actually this little knot, it's gonna pull against it. It's gonna make a little hooking action. So, bam, right? So it actually floats always the right way when you're fishing. And it works like this too, see? Not just on the table. See? That tension. So it's always going to help you set the hook. Cool. So that's the Palomar knot. The Palomar knot's different applications. So the first application is if you're going to use it for braid to your lure directly. And you can also tie the same Palomar knot like we just did for a drop shot with mono or fluorocarbon. Okay, that's that part of the demonstration. The next part of the demonstration, we're gonna talk about what's it called? The FG knot, which is kind of a bear. we'll get through it. Using a clip makes sense, Salty. Yep. Yeah, you do a Palomar knot to like a barrel, to like a D clip with a swivel on it. That's money, dude. Because you can swap out multiple A-rigs and try different setups. And you don't have to be trying to get the whole A-rig through the through the Palomar knot. So funny. Drawn. What up? What up, Adrian? We're doing some knots today. I get so committed to undoing knots, dude, that I can't just put it down. I know the show must go on, but I must get this knot undone. Come on, knot. Why are you not cooperating with me? Oh, I see. Oh. Oh, there it is. I see him. Aha! Got you. Yeah, you're not gonna undo this knot if you're using a regular line, for sure. Okay. So next we're gonna do the Palomar. So we're gonna do the FG knot. Okay. The FG knot is a pain in the butt, but it's so nice. It's totally worth it. I feel like I need to have some kind of cable to make it a big demonstration of it. Let's see if I can find something to tie this onto. Okay, so the way it works is basically we're tying a piece of braid. I'm gonna do like if this was a microscope, okay? We'll do this is the fluorocarbon or the mono, okay? Whatever you want to call it. Right here. Okay, fluorocarbon or mono. This is a big old thick strand, right? This is like a 300 pound line. I don't know, a 3,000 pound line right here. Okay. So we'll just say that's the end of the fiber of fluorocarbon, okay? Okay. So from here, what we're doing here is with the way we wrap the braid, we end up doing something like this. Okay, I'm just gonna draw it real quick. Oh, this is gonna take a while. I'm gonna do it kind of quick. Trying to make it kind of 3D too. Ah, that was ugly. Okay, it's basically creating a. I've heard people describe it as a Chinese finger trap, which is a very good description. And then this ends up in like a little knot back here, and that's your main line. That's your braid coming off right there. Okay, make our braid like that. Okay, this is all braid. This is just what it's going to look like initially. Okay, this is like the setup. Okay, what's going to happen is and we're not going to cut it yet. We're not going to cut it here until we're done making it. But once we get this tightened up, this little finger trap effect, like this is where you put your finger. This is a finger trap, right? And this is where you put your other finger. And then if you pulled, the design of this weave would as they expand it would start to pinch into your finger, so you're trapped, right? The only way to get them out is to push it back in and kind of squish it, and that makes it get bigger. So the more you stretch this out, the thinner it's gonna get. Okay, it's gonna smash in, and the nature of braid is abrasive, right? It's gonna kind of cut into, or not cut into, but fuse into the. It's gonna fuse into the mono or the fluorocarbon. Okay, provided the fluorocarbon is strong enough. Okay, you have to have a certain amount of pressure as you're ripping it apart, so it kind of fuses into each other. But if you're using like 10-pound line or like less, it's gonna be very difficult to do this knot. I use 15 to 12 pound at least. Mostly works best on 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. Okay, so it's 30 pound. This 30 pound to okay, so that's anyway. That's the beginning of it. Once it's done, it's gonna look a little like this. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. Just gonna do a sample right here. Just my guidelines. It's gonna look like kind of like the same thing, but it's gonna be cut into the actual line. You know, it's gonna be like fused into the line. Like you won't be able to see these little bumps. It'll just kind of like, these will just kind of meld into the line, and the fluorocarbon will go from like being its color to like a clear, stretchy film. It almost looks like it's a film. It's weird. So let's do that so you guys can see it. So just so you guys know what to expect, okay? So here we go. We're gonna do it first with this line, just so you guys get the idea of what the weave is gonna look like, okay? I'm gonna actually do it to maybe yeah. Let me just grab one of these cables, so that one of these loose cables that'll probably work. Alright, here's a nice blue, bright cable. Playing the part of the monofilament. I'm not gonna cinch this one down because it'll ruin my cable, okay? Playing the part of the monofilament is this blue cable, okay? Pretend there's no end on it. Right here, pretend it's just some monofilament, okay? This monofilament or what's it called? I keep spacing on the name. This monofilament or fluorocarbon leader is connected to your roll. Okay, this is what it looks like. It'll be on the roll, and you just have the one end, and then the braid is coming from your rod. Okay, the braid is coming from your rod. There's no leader on there yet. You're gonna tie a leader to it. The leader is gonna be this fluorocarbon leader. Okay, so here's how you start it. You would set your rod. So that your what's it called, braid has tension on it. So set the rod so the rod tip is facing away from you, and then let it kind of drop, and then lift it up a little bit so you have this tension on it. Okay, so I'm gonna simulate that by getting this roll stuck over here. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here, and it's gonna give me a little bit of tension. See that? Okay, this is your braid. Okay, then you're gonna take your mono and you're gonna start doing this. This part, you kind of have to hold this part. Wait, is that in the camera? This part, you're gonna have to hold that with your teeth. Okay. So Salty AC mentioned something about wrapping around your pinky. We could try that right now because I've never tried that, but let's try it. Okay, it kind of works. Okay, that's there. Okay, that gives you tension. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it around my pinky this time just to see how it works. Okay, that's going to your rod. This is the end of your fluorocarbon. Sorry, of your leader, of your braid. And now I'm gonna use my pinky to give it tension while I'm wrapping it. Okay, then you take your fluorocarbon leader, you put it over it. Okay, give yourself enough slack, so you're gonna need a lot of this. And you're gonna go over it, and you're gonna go back and over. And that's gonna create a little weave on the main line. See that? Okay, you're gonna go. Now you're gonna do the other side. We're gonna go over the opposite side. Put it under, and bring it back to straight, that's going to create a second weave right there. See that? So that's 2. We're going to do that a minimum of 21 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Running out of space. 7. Mouth camera. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Okay, I'm gonna stop there just so you can see what the weave's starting to look like. See the weave starting to develop there? I think I messed up right here. I think I went twice on one side. But that's the pattern that we were looking at earlier in the drawing, right? Some of these are a little far apart, some of these are not uniform. So that's just my bad. I need to work on that. It's hard to do a consistent pattern without using my teeth. Okay. Okay. So that's the beginning of it. That's the weave. And again, we want to do this for 21 turns. So if you start on that side, if you start on this side, you're going to end on that side on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21. Okay? Cool. Yeah, exactly. This is what you need for the 12-pound spot. Exactly. Okay. So I have that. And now at the end, this is the most important part. You're going to take the tag end of your braid and you're gonna make a knot over here with this overhand knot. Then you're gonna tie it around both the fluorocarbon leader and itself, right? That's just gonna keep it in place. And then you're gonna do another knot right on top of that knot, including the mono or the fluorocarbon. Okay. These are just like knots to help it stay in place for what we're gonna do next. Okay. That's 2 knots, right? And then you're gonna hold that there. And now here's the difficult part. Okay. This pattern should technically grip and cut into this cable as we pull it apart. Okay. So right now it's not much. It's not looking like much. It could still slide through if you hold it a certain way. This is where you need your gloves. Okay. And most fishing gloves should do. Right? But if you do this without fishing gloves, you're gonna cut into your fingers. The braid's gonna cut into your fingers. So you can use a couple of rags. You can use gloves. And again, most fishing gloves have that little texture on it right here. That's where you would wrap the braid on there. So right here, where it has a little texture, right? Or even on the index fingers where it has a texture, or the extra padding. You take the line of fluoro, wrap it around your finger or your whole hand actually a couple times, right? Right where the reinforced part of your glove is, so it doesn't cut into your hand. And on the opposite side, you do the same thing. A couple of wraps. Boom. Okay, now you're ready. Here's where we're gonna put here's where we're gonna start pulling on it. And yeah, see, it's gonna work. Someone's gonna pitch my cable. It's gonna work. So you start pulling on it gradually. Do not tug. If you tug, it's gonna slip out. You gotta start gripping it, and just start pulling on it. And you'll see as you're doing that, the color of the braid will start changing. It'll get clear instead of whatever color it is. Like if you have white braid, it'll turn clear. If you have green braid, it'll still turn a little bit clear, but it'll still retain some of the green. It'll look more glassy. Okay. So, okay, I'm taking off these gloves, and we're gonna do it with the real line now. Okay. Oh no. So sorry. We're still on with this knot. Okay. Once that's done, and it's gone white, and it's gone like fused with the leader, what you're gonna do is you can cut it right there, right at the knot, right? Give it like a, don't even give it that much. You're gonna cut it right at the knot, and it's not gonna give. It's already fused in. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a little nub sticking out right there. That's gonna hit your guides. The way you get rid of that little nub is with the rest of the braid. You tie a couple more overhead knots. So that's one, and then you do another one. And what those knots will do is they'll live above where you cut off the fused part, and then that makes it a little bit easier to go through your guides. Okay. What this is doing is, see, it'll kind of live like that. Okay. And then eventually it'll cover that little nub, and it'll go smooth it through your guides. What you're doing here is the width of your leader is about the same as your knot. Your knot is going to basically fuse into it, and it's going to be the thinnest way for you to fuse your main line to your leader. Okay, I'm going to undo this knot real quick because I didn't cinch it down, so hopefully my cable still works. Okay, cool, it still works. All right, I'm gonna set this aside. I need a master engineer to tie this knot. No. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. It's so funny. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do it on my real setup now. I'm gonna give me some slack. Give me some slack. Oh man, I can tell I've been fishing a while. This thing is crusty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this thing is super crusty. Need some maintenance on this thing. Maintenance. Service. Service. Here we go. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. What it looks like when it's done and working. Okay. See if you can see this. Come on, zoom in. Focus. See how it's about the same width as a line, right? We're gonna cut this out right here. We're gonna cut this out, and we're gonna keep it here on the paper, and we're gonna compare. So here's the Palomar. Sorry, the FG knot. Getting out the braid. This braid is so faded. A little bit of monofilament here. Okay, so here's our one that's been fished and used. Okay, right there. And then here's the we're gonna tie a new one. Okay, so we're a little bit hard here to keep this tension on. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'm gonna use my mouth because I need to do these how we tie it on my kayak. So give me a second. Okay, so I have my rod on the ground behind me, and the rod tip is right here in front of my desk, and this line right here is getting tension from the rod tip. Okay, right there. I think it might be easier to switch angles so you guys can see how I tie it. So I'm gonna switch angles real quick. Let's see. Okay, so the rod tip is right here in front of me, and this is tied to the rod tip, of course. And it's kind of gross, but that's how I do it. Here we go. I'm just gonna use this piece of mono. Sorry, this piece of fluorocarbon leader because I have it. I don't want to waste it, but that's what I'm doing. So here it goes. So I put this section in my mouth, and I'm gonna make 21 turns. Okay, here we go. This is how I do it on the kayak. Here, tension. Over, so tension. I go over, and I start doing the weave. So it's over, and I go under on this side. So that's 1, 2, 3, That's 21 turns. And as I'm doing it, I'm pinching the results here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oops. Does that show up? Oh, there we go. See a little weave going? And then, so I made 21 turns on it. Now I'm going to take the tag end of the I'm going to switch angles so you can see on the table. Okay. I'm going to take the tag end of the braid and I'm going to go around and make a loop of it. I left too much braid out for this example. Let me cut off some braid. And I'm basically gonna do an overhand knot over, yeah, this way, and include both the braid and the leader in that overhand knot. See? And that's gonna keep it from sliding, hopefully. And I'm gonna do one more, like I said earlier. Over both lines. And then come back under. And again, it's just an overhand knot. Once we get it there, we slide it onto the other one. We don't want it to overlap. We want it to be next to each other. Okay. All right. So now we're set up for the final step, which is well, not the final step, second to the final step, which is tensioning it up. Here's what it looks like before we tension it. Come on. Maybe this will help. That's weird. Sorry guys, I can't get a better shot for you guys. Anyway, that's it there, right? We have the floral leader over here. We have the main line coming off the rod, and we have the tag of the main line coming off the. So we have the tag. Sorry, I'm over explaining it. Okay, I'm gonna move this sheet so you can see it against the black background. We have the main line coming from the rod. The tag line of the fluorocarbon and the main line of the fluorocarbon going to the spool over here. Okay, it's the tag line of the fiber of the braid that went through, weaved around, and came back. That's it right there. Okay. Now, here's where the crucial part is. If this thing starts to slide through, then we messed up as we're tightening it. Okay, and hopefully it doesn't. So here's where I gotta get my gloves, because this is where you can cut into your hands. So get the gloves. I'm gonna wrap the do like a couple wraps of the leader, and then a couple wraps of the. I need some more slack. Give me a second, guys. It's just so weird to do it with my headset plugged in. It's weird. Okay. All right. We're back. So again, full wrapper on your hand, twice even, if you can. So it's ready to get pinched, and then full wrapper on your hand over here. Didn't do it. I did it off camera again. Dang it. There we go. Full wrap of the leader. So that's one. The second one through the two fingers, and then full wrap of the braid, right? And now there it is. See if the magic happens. Here's the magic. Here's the payoff. If it starts to cut into it, we're doing good. If not, then we're gonna stop. Oh, I think it's sliding a bit. There we go. I think I went too fast. Ready? See how it's turning colors? That's it. Those little braids kind of start to cut into the braid and become part of the braid. And then this part gets pinched. Sorry. Those little teeth cut into the braid, this little part gets pinched. And it won't slide anymore. It'll slide for a little bit. If it's starting to slide right away, it means you're pulling it too fast. Go slower. That's like a full-on. There we go. Super fused now. And when you're done, it should feel like it's it just cuts into it. It feels like it's part of the line. Right? Like this is a knot from here to here. From here to here is the actual knot. Right here. So that's kind of nice. Okay. I'm gonna take off the gloves. For this dust over here. Alright. The Palomar knot is complete. The hard part is done. Now we take the scissors and we're gonna cut off the end of the fiber of the tag end of the fluorocarbon. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna cut right up against the braid, but not the braid, right? So let me just kind of focus in. If you can see that, you have like a little tiny nub sticking out. Wish it would focus better. I guess we need a microscope for that. We have a little nub sticking out. That's the end. That's the end of the leader. You cut it a little bit more. So it's flush, almost flush. And now we take the tag end of the braid and we're gonna tie a couple more knots on it. Remember, that's gonna cover the little nub. Okay, so we got one, and also this will help it from coming undone. So there's one. You want to make sure that little knot lands on top of that little nub. That's one, and then we do another. That's two. Okay, that's two overhead knots on that. It's just adding layers basically to thin out the fuse section. Okay, and the last knot for this whole thing, so that it sticks together and doesn't fall apart, is a double overhead knot. So we make the overhead knot loop. You put the tag into the loop, and then you do it one more time. Same tag, same loop. So it's basically you're putting it through the loop twice, and that's it. That's gonna secure the whole thing. Ooh. Make sure it ends up on top of the whole thing, at the very end. It's gonna keep the whole thing from falling apart. So now it should taper down to a point, and that point should be the end of your braid. And then, there we go. You can cut off that tag. I'm gonna cut it off right now. Okay, now here's what it looks like when it's done. Might come out a little bit lumpy there on the end, on the last couple knots, but that's fine. This is probably gonna be the smoothest transition between your braid to your leader. So it's almost the same width. and then that's gonna be pretty secure because as you can see, it kind of it bit into the it bit into it, and it kind of like fused color. It's hard to see on that camera. It's weird. Okay, so that's the new one tied to actual line. At the end, I make a loop and put the line through 3 times. And yep. Yeah, so I do a double, but triple would work as well too. Yep, very cool. But that's it, guys. That's the FG knot. It's difficult to learn it at first, but once you get it, you got it. Like I do it on the water pretty frequently. On my kayak, I just set up the rod so it's facing away from me. I put the butt of the rod next to me in the chair, and then the rod is sticking over the bow. Then I put like you saw, I put the line in my mouth, and kind of that's enough tension. The one thing that you do need to make sure you're doing is one of the things that will get you if you're starting to learn this knot is while you're weaving it, and you're making the and you're putting the fluorocarbon around the braid. It's gonna seem like the fluorocarbon should be giving and getting all knotted up and twisted, but what's gonna give is a braid. Okay, the fluorocarbon strand needs to be straight. Okay, you're not gonna pinch the fluorocarbon strand or let me show you real quick one more time a demonstration before we go, because this is super important. If you don't do it like this, it's not gonna work. So the most important part when you're weaving it is to make sure that your leader, your carbon fiber here, sorry, not carbon fiber, fluorocarbon is remaining straight. Okay, the weave, you start here. I'm gonna hold it from my mouth. All right, we're doing this. We're taking it under and bringing it up, and see what the braid is doing. It's actually taking the shape that we want. Right, and then we take it to the other side, bring it up, and see how the braid is coming over and conforming to the weave, not the other way around. We're not twisting the main line, sorry, the leader in any way. We're kind of using it as like a needle to weave that, get it snug, weave that, get it snug, weave that, get it snug. And when you're doing the tension here, when you're doing tension on the line, it's not like full tension. It's just enough so that it's taut. Okay, it's like if you're trying to feel the bait's on the bottom. You're not trying to set the hook. You're trying to see if the bait's on the bottom. Okay, here we go. Other one. Boom. Sorry, my spool spinned over here. There we go. And the tighter you can pack these right here, the easier it's going to be to get that good pinch later. Here. See the was that right? There we go. You gotta conform the braid, not the leader. Okay. Boom. Boom. And then when you're done, as you're doing the weave, try to take it up with your fingers here. So, oops. As you're doing that weave, try to take it up with your fingers here. Okay, there's the weave. See, that's a little bit nicer one. Okay, and then you just kind of, when you're done, you make that knot so it doesn't fall apart. To keep it in place while you tighten it up. Okay, and then you do the tension thing. Okay, but yeah, so if you're doing this and it's coming apart, when you're pulling it apart, it's not gripping. It's probably because it's too loose in here. And what you want to do is make sure your leader is straight. Another thing you want to do is make sure once it's already set and you already tighten it up over here, and you made this little overhead knot over here to keep it in place. Make sure you kind of pre-stretch the Chinese finger trap, right? Because if it's stretched out, it's gonna start gripping. So stretch it out a little bit, make sure it's even, and then start gradually putting pressure on it, and it'll start to close on itself. It'll start to get tighter and tighter, and then boom, you have a nice fusion of the lines. See how it starts to pinch? Okay. Anyway, that's the floor. That's the FG knot. It's in a nutshell, I guess. Don't be intimidated, guys. You gotta try it. It's a pain in the butt, but it's totally worth it. The way it just kind of goes through your guides very smoothly, and it's one of the best ways to connect your main line to connect your main line to the leader. And it's actually better for your leader because the strongest, your weakest point is always your knot, right? And then the leader, there's no knot in the leader. It's just kind of gripping the end of the line. So there's no knot in the leader to break, right? It's just gripping the end of the, it's just gripping it, right? So there's no knot there's no weakness you're creating in the leader. Okay. Woo. I looked at the boomerang snipper. Oh, actually, okay. Okay, so I was totally distracted, guys. I didn't read any of the chats, so hopefully, Michael's a surgeon's not at the end. That's good. That makes sense. That double, is that what it's called? Surgeon's knot, that double? I like it. Yeah, very cool. So that's the Palomar knot, San Diego Jam knot, and the FG knot. So those are my go-to knots, right? For my smaller stuff, smaller connections, I will do a uni to uni. And I don't even know if I'm actually doing it right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do my quick knot that I use on my really light setups. Just to kind of see what you guys think. Am I doing it wrong or am I doing it right? Because I've only done it on the water just because I've only done it on the water because as an emergency, because I'm like, oh, FG knot doesn't work because it's too strong. I'm breaking my line. So what I do for my, I guess what I call my uni to uni, but I don't even know if it's a uni to uni, is I do this. I start with the loop here. I put the two lines together. So this side is going to my fishing rod. It could be this. You know, let's do it backwards. Let's do it backwards. This is my braid. Let's pretend it's going to my fishing rod over here. This is my fluorocarbon leader. And it could be 8 pound, 10 pound, whatever. It's too weak to put up with tightening up for the FG knot, right? So we do I do this knot instead. So I make the two lines kind of side by side, like this. Then I hold both the lines with my hand here. And on this side, I make a loop with the tag end of my braid. Like this. Then I put this through the braid. It's kind of like a super surgeon's knot, I guess. I put it through like a five or six times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 for this example. Actually, let's do 6. Just one more. I guess I do 6 loops through that. 6 loops that are basically going around both lines with the braid side, and I pull the braid. So it makes it look a little barrel, right? And then I make the same thing with the tag of the leader. I make another loop. I do the opposite basically. I make another loop, and I put it through its own loop again another 6 times. Here, so 1. And coach, I don't know what this knot is called. I think it's called uni to uni. I don't know. I've been calling it uni to uni, but maybe it's not. 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you're looping it around, it's important you go through both lines, around both lines. 6. Okay, so now I have it. Oops. 6. Now I have it there on the opposite side. And I'm going to tension it up. So it does a little barrel to it too. It's coming apart. I'm pulling on the tag end and the main line of that. It's going to make it into like a little barrel too on that side. Okay, and then I have a barrel on the braid side, a barrel on the leader side. Then I'm gonna take both sides, and again we would have moistened it when before we tensioned them up. So now I'm gonna go here, and both of these knots are gonna come together, gonna slide together. See? Boom, and now they become like a little barrel against a barrel. Part of it is there you go. Part of it is half the barrel is mono and half the barrel is braid or a fluorocarbon, and then you have a little barrel there, and then you cut both the tags. But this kind of joint, this kind of line, whatever it's called, connection, it's kind of clunky. I don't like it. I would prefer the FG knot. It's almost as hard to tie. It's almost as time consuming to tie if you're not that good at it. And I've had this come apart before too. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So I just cut off the tags right there. And you end up with this on your line. But it's kind of big, right? Kind of clunky compared to the, where'd my FG knot go? Here it is. So I actually just had it on the same line. So here's the comparison, right? I'm gonna flip it over so they're going the same direction. Same line. Same knot. Well, not same knot. Same line. 2 knots. So you can see the difference between the width. Like you have like 2 little barrels on this side. It's hard to see the clear barrel on that side compared to the FG knot. It's longer. The FG knot is definitely longer, but it's way thinner. It's kind of hard to show. If you can see it this way. There you go. See how the FG knot is like thinner? It's kind of hard to see. How about this way? There we go. And also it has like both tags on each side. So this tag is gonna click against the guides, and this tag is gonna hit. It's got like a harder edge when it's coming in, whereas the FG knot between the braid and the transition between the fluoro and the braid is super smooth because it's like pretty much like fused. On the back side, you have those knots to kind of help you go over it, so it's not as you're not gonna hear it as much as you are gonna hear with these guys. You're not gonna as much click on this. This is like thick. It's hard to justify. It's hard to see the. Yeah, it's just thicker. Cool. I use what I think is called the Alberto knot. I think the Alberto knot is a very yeah. I think I've looked that one up. I've never done it, but it's similar to the FG knot. I think works better for super heavy mono. I would like. Coach, I'm sorry if I missed it. Is this that last knot I did? Is that a uni to uni? Oh, okay, never mind. The Alberto is not what I'm talking about because the FG knot is not that easy to tie. But once you got it, you got it. Just one of those things. You gotta practice it. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna do the trick shot. Coach. Oh my God, we're already starting 8:20. Jesus. Coach, I'm sorry. Sorry, Coach. I didn't think it was gonna take that long. My apologies. There we go. The last thing of the night. And we'll get a report from Coach maybe tomorrow if he's available. On Twitch, guys. Go check out Twitch. Follow me over there. Woo! RomanCastro.com/Twitch. And yeah, FG is the way to go. If you guys, you need to take the time to learn it, guys. It's totally worth it. Okay, last thing. I'm gonna try to tie a fast San Diego jam now. Okay, this is kind of like a trick I learned on the water. So I start here, normal way, put it through, right? I create my loop. I want to move this mic out of the way a little bit. There we go. Can you hear me? So I go here. I tie my loop. I have it hanging here, right? You need, your lure has to be heavy. If your lure's not heavy enough, you need to hook something on it to make it heavy enough. Okay. Yeah, the FG knot only takes half a shot at a time. Nice, salty. Wah wah. Wait, hold on. There we go. So make sure the line's out of the way. You tie your San Diego Jam like this. Okay, you have the loop ready. Okay, you're here. You take this and you make a loop. You make a loop, and now you have a cross right here. Okay, see that? You have this. I'm gonna hold it with my fingers here. Boom. Okay, same thing I taught you guys earlier. Make sure it's not like this. Make sure it's not crossed. You gotta fix that right there so it's straight like that. Okay, see that? It's a loop. Now you take this line and you do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 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 Done. See that? That's how you tie them on the water. That fast. Okay? That was a slow demonstration of how you can tie a San Diego Jam knot pretty fast. Okay? So I'll do one more time. I'll try to go full speed. Okay? I just didn't want you to miss it in that blur. Okay? Again, use the weight of the lure. If you don't have a lure that's heavy enough to do that, then you will need to hook something onto your lure just to give it some extra tension. This hook is nice because it's pretty heavy. Okay? There we go. Salty. Here we go. You make sure the main line is out of the way. Put it over your arm. You get that circle going. Okay? Pinch it. There we go. And you swing that baby around. There it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take the tag in. Put it to the loop. Oh, I missed it. Take the tag in. Put it to the loop. Lift it up. Make it come out the same way as the other one. Bam. Lick it. And tighten it. Boom. You're ready to fish. And you cut this part off. Cut the tag end. Okay. But that'd be the quick way to do a San Diego Jam knot. Okay. So with that, I will sign off and say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this wasn't too boring. I missed a lot of the chat, guys. I apologize. But I was involved. I was enthralled. So I hope you learned something today. If not anything else, at least you will maybe go try the FG knot. I have a video on the FG knot, I think. Do I have a video on the FG knot? I think I have a video where it shows my FG knot. If I do, I'll find it. I'll post it on the Discord. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I haven't even drank my soda, dude. It's all full. If you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, please do comment on this video or let me know in some way that you do. If you have any specific questions that we can cover on the show, not just me, but also when we're here with Brian on Wednesdays, when we're not doing results, you know, when it's like next week, we have some time to prep things up and show you guys something new, something different, maybe the way we do it. And you might have a better way to do it, and that's fine. Keep doing it the better way that you know how to do it, if that's what works for you, right? But if you have no idea and you want to try it out, or maybe you want to see how other people are doing it, and you want to see if that might be better for you, give it a shot. And the worst thing that could happen is you keep using the same thing you've been using. The best thing that could happen is you found yourself a sweet knot that you can use to do a better job of fishing. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry I ran late. It was like crazy. I was in the zone. So Dario, thanks for hanging out. Zach, Real Dreamer, Ralph, Mark, Salting Dangler, Brian, Muto, Leonard, Captain Dan, Adrian, Oscar in Texas, HTX, Oscar in Texas, MMC Texas chapter. Garrett's in here. Crow Bassin. What up, Crow Bassin? Michael G, what's up? So I'll see you guys tomorrow on Twitch. Where we'll be hanging out, and possibly if coach is available, we'll do the San Diego fishing reports then, where we do the surface temperature charts and all that good stuff. So that'd be kind of fun. If not, then we'll do something similar to this, or we'll just hang out and talk, whatever. check it out over there. romancastro.com/Twitch. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.